Morning vlog squad. 5:19. Gonna bang out 15 miles this morning. It's gonna be cold. First cold morning in Florida. It's 50 degrees and windy. It's gonna be so gnarly. Oh my God. 30-mile-an-hour gusts. Wow, that's gonna be insane. Okay. Yeah, that. And then started to go meet up with, we're training like 6 guys today. Meet up with my service manager at this home. Got a few calls. A few calls. Having this mold inspector come here today. So, I don't know. Pretty packed day. It's been a lot. Can't really talk too much in the morning. So, we are going to leave it to silence and indulging the Word of God. Not the Bible, but devotional.
Damn. Wow. Packing up the belt. Electrolytes. Freezing outside. So we're stretching indoors.
It looks freezing. Oh. I guess it is better than it being hot. Like, absolutely. But that's like, especially for us, like it just we're not used to that at all. Holy. Wow. That was the coldest run I've ever done. Wow. That was freezing. Freezing. But we got it done. See what the time was. 8:45 pace. I did those last 3 miles extremely quick, which is good because that's what you want for marathon. Check it out. Some runs, it's like, I feel like you're gonna die. That was one of those runs where like I was feeling good. Not as quick. Marathon pace, I don't know if it's happening anymore. It's an 8-minute pace for 26.2 miles. I don't know. We're gonna push for it, but I'm not making excuses. But I've been like dealing with all sorts of shit. Minor shit that just affects training, like little foot injury early on, knee injury early on. I've had like a lingering, I don't know if it's lingering like sickness where I'll be like really congested and tired. And that's caused some problems with training, some inflammation. So I don't know. We are going to try our best at the marathon. We're going to just finish it. That's the goal, right? We're going to try to go for our best time. If we do 3.5 hours, great. But at this point, we're just training to finish, training to get it done. You know, still push for our time, still try to train hard. You got about a month out till the marathon. Month out till the marathon. Yeah, got to get a lot faster in a month to do that. So we'll see. But running's feeling good. Some runs feel really good. Some feel like they're just borderline. Like I don't know. They feel impossible. That was a really nice run. I mean, in the beginning it was freezing, so it was honestly kind of painful for the first half. The back half, when I was like warm, it was real, honestly, like enjoyable. The last mile, when my feet started hurting, but it was good. That was an enjoyable run. My Garmin makes me rate it. I would say that was, feeling wise, I probably felt as good as I have on a 15-mile run, 8 out of 10. So
I routinely get asked the secret to success, and it just comes down to this.
adaptive cruise control is the best thing ever for a car. Like, hands down, the most goated thing for a car. Like, I'm not touching the wheel. It'll stay in the lanes. Okay, this is a little tricky one. It'll stay in the lanes, stop and slow down. So if a car's coming, it'll just stop for me and speed up for me. So a little story about this car. Not that anyone gives a shit or cares about how I purchased a Hyundai Sonata, but I'll tell you anyway. I was on a blitz in Dallas, Texas, and I would do blitzes every so often. Like pretty much before I dropped out of school, I was doing a blitz like every other month. And so I'd get rental cars through Enterprise. And I would always just test out different cars. And at that time, I was driving a Dodge Magnum, like my first ever car. My grandpa gave it to me. I think it had like 200-something thousand miles. Like it was time for a new car. And when I was getting rental cars, I was kind of also car shopping. I was like, oh, what could I get? And they put me in a Hyundai Sonata. And I didn't know anything about a Hyundai Sonata before I got in one. I just, no one thinks like, wow, Hyundai Sonata, it's a great car. But I got in it and played around with this adaptive cruise control and just loved it. And it's like the little things. It has like the auto hold feature, which I know most new cars do, but I love that where you're stopped. You just press hard on the brakes and it'll just stay like still. You can take your foot off it. Like the auto hold is such a go-to feature. This adaptive cruise control, I mean, I can literally just text, stop and slow down for me. It'll stay in the lanes. I mean, it's like, and I've tested other cars adaptive cruise control. There's not one like the Hyundai Sonata. Let me get back to regular schedule programming. We are 2 hours, 8 minutes out. Just ordered some shirts for the new technicians. Or I didn't, but just got a text. Austin did, which is good. So, fire company shirts, and yeah, it's a good day. Good day to have day. We made it. See if we can see the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Wahlberg. We made it, people. Let's go. He was close. House looks insane. 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 3940. All right, we're heading out from that address. I don't know why I said that wrong. Yeah, there was 2 guys supposed to be there for training. One guy didn't show up or he couldn't get in the gate. Another guy was there. Honestly, not a good fit. Probably won't move forward with him. So we have 3 guys coming out for training at our 1 p.m. job. It's currently 11 a.m. And I am going to head down south because there is someone that wants an in-person quote. Typically, I wouldn't do it, but we got content rolling today. And I need to kill 2 hours before the next job to meet the new guys at. So kind of drove down here for not much, but sometimes it's how it rolls. Pretty much this, like, I'll let you guys know where I'm at with the business. Is every industry is going to have its set of challenges, right? It's going to have its one thing that is just always just going to be a challenge and a big, big bottleneck for most businesses. And for us, it's going to be technicians, cleaners. Simple as that, right? And so for me, I really plan these next couple months to just be as involved as possible on the technician side of things. Because in the beginning, right, when I started the business, I had to be involved, right? I didn't have anyone else. It was just me. I would just kind of bring whoever. I didn't even know what to look for. I just needed a guy that can do the jobs, get us paid, so on and so forth. So that's what it is. And then I relinquished control to our service manager, and I don't want to say shit kind of hit the fan. Our service went up, but stuff still wasn't what we wanted. So maybe it's going to always be this hard, and maybe the technician side is always going to be a revolving door, but I'm going to try my most hardest, try to work as hard as I can, try to be as most involved as possible over these next couple of months just to get to the bottom and try to find a couple technicians. So that means spend a lot on Indeed. What that actually means in terms of inputs, right? It's spending a lot on an Indeed ad. So that way you get a ton of applicants so you could play the volume game, calling them, vetting them, lining up training days with them, showing up to the training days, vetting them again, seeing if they're a good fit for the company, if you like them, if they're competent. And then if they are, move forward with bringing them out to pick up equipment and then start. And then at that, before giving them the equipment, what we've just introduced, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, this will be the difference because we're going to go over a set of guidelines we written out, SOPs, guidelines, standard expectations we have that are very, very, very crystal clear. So that way we can ensure that when we bring a guy on, right, as long as he's hitting his job, we good. And there's a bunch of new opportunities that we've implemented for them to make more money. Because if they're making a ton of money, it's going to be a lot easier to retain techs. Like when we were doing door to door, it was a lot easier for us to retain techs than it is now because we were getting them such consistent jobs and they were able to make so much money because all the jobs were right next to each other. And so they're getting paid. They're not going to want to leave their job. If they're not getting paid that much, you don't have any leverage. So introduce some new things where they can get paid more, trying to be as involved from, calling them on Indeed to showing up to training day, to watching how they are on training day, to then before giving them equipment, going through the guidelines, and then something I didn't do yesterday that I needed to do going forward, because we had a guy that basically showed up to the first job and was like, I don't want to do this. And he's like, it just seems too much. The guidelines were too much. After reading them the guidelines and expectations, before giving him the equipment and saying, you're free, go do jobs, is saying, hey, I know that was a lot. We have high expectations. Do you think you're capable of hitting these? And if they give you some hesitation or they say no, don't bring them on, right? So just creating as much friction as possible from hiring techs. So that way, when we do have a guy and he is rolling, like this guy we started yesterday, he seems solid, they will be good. So that's plan of attack going forward. It's a lot of I don't want to say tedious. It's just a lot of, for me, like a month ago, it seemed like pointless, but I listen to a podcast, and that's when I listen to podcasts, I hear God speak to me. He speaks to me through the people that I'm listening to. I'm a big believer in that. I'm listening to something on the way here, and he's talking about marginal returns on the work you do are still returns. So a lot of entrepreneurs, right hand up, get caught in this cycle of optimization. How can I get the most out for putting the least in? And that's what I was trying to do. And while I think that's good, you always want to be, looking for ways to leverage your time and things like that. If your business as the owner is suffering, okay, not the time to not be involved. Be very involved. Be so involved that even if it's just like 1%, it moves the needle and it feels pointless on the outside, but it actually is like, oh, okay, we got 1% better today. We got like maybe 0.5% better today. It's still, we got better today. Versus if you didn't do anything, you didn't get any better. So that's kind of the mentality I'm going forward with it. It's going to be a lot of tedious stuff, but committed. I want this to work like nothing else, right? I really do believe in H2O Bros. I believe in the window cleaning business model, and we've already had so much success, and I want to continue to have success, and I want to get to doing 6 figures a month just on repeat, on like it's just cruise control. Because I know once we get there, it's gonna get fun. It's gonna get really fun. All right, just met up with the other cleaner. Super solid guy, Kenneth. Super solid. So we'll see how training goes. My service manager, Ray, he's running behind schedule, so he won't be able to meet up with him for 30 minutes. So they're going to meet up, do training. I got to jet home. I got a mold inspector coming to my condo because I feel like we have mold. I don't know. I've been on and off sick for the past year. I thought it was mono. My girlfriend tested negative for mono. We're both having really similar symptoms. Our symptoms started kind of when we moved into this place. I don't know what it is. If anyone has any ideas with that, right? Symptoms include swollen lymph nodes, inflammation, congestion, scratchy throat, kind of just tired, go through waves of just feeling extremely tired. So I don't know. So we got that today. I got a call with my one-on-one clients, Dylan and Matthew, beast. They're killing it. And then, oh my God. And then I got to call a bunch of cleaners because we're playing the volume game. I'm just trying to get as many freaking cleaners out for training and then meet them all and pick the best of the bunch and create as much friction as possible on this hiring process. So if I get a pool of 100 guys, the guys that come on, they're gonna have to go through some friction. So it means they want to be here, which is what we want. We want guys to grow and stick with us. So we'll see ya back on beautiful Singer Island. What are the odds of that? Literally just got a free digest into my business from Hermosi himself. Free mentoring, free consulting. So he was on they just did Hermosi Hotline on his YouTube channel. And guy called in, owns a pool company in North Carolina. They're doing $1.2 million a year, 20% profit. So like $200,000 a year profit. And they're struggling to retain technicians. And Hermosi just gave him a lesson. So I'm going to break it down for you guys, so you don't have to listen, or go listen to it if you want more. But I'll basically tell you what I took from it. So Hermosi said two things for the guy. I'll say them real quick, and then I'll kind of dive into it. So the first thing is closing percentage has got to go up, because they're getting leads from inbound, meaning the customers that are reaching out they already know the price, they already know, they're ready to rock, and they're sitting at about 30%. Hermosi says you can get that up to 60% if you just call them as soon as they come in. They're not calling them as soon as they come in. So increase your closing percentage, which make you more money. Then you're able to pay more to the technicians. Also, he said to up their ad spend. They're spending about, he said like $500 a month. Hermosi said up their ad spend like $5,000 a month. Up their ad spend, increase their closing percentage is pretty much what Hermosi said. And what I took away from it, what I can apply, again, because it's taking the information which is applicable to our business. For us, our closing percentage is gotten a lot better. And that's from hiring a guy to call them right away, to literally be on the leads. I think we're sitting around like almost at 25% now, which is good. And that's not inbound, so that's Meta. So they submit a 4. Or that is inbound, but it's Meta. So it's a different lead channel from what they're doing. We still want to increase closing percentage, but we're getting better with that. We're already spending, I feel like. Want to get the tech side dialed first before we spend more. And so that brings us to the text thing, which is giving them opportunities to make more money. Simple as that. That's like what I took away from it, which is exactly what we've implemented. So continuing to find ways for the techs to make more money. Simple as that. Give the techs ways to make more money, set proper expectations with what to do at the job. They're going to take the ways to make more money, which makes you money. They make they money. And the more money they make, the more they want to stay. The more they stay, the better they are, and the more their work will improve. Because like anything, the more you do something, the better you get at it. So I'm really excited because I feel like we have so much clarity on H2O Bros. And now it's just about implementing and be consistent with it and refining it. So thought I'd chat. Well, it is the next day. Totally spaced on filming an outro. I just got back. Went straight to calling new technicians. Lining a few guys up for training today. So we got 4 guys out for training today, which is super cool. I'm gonna head there and meet up with them. My service manager is about to show up with them, show them how to clean windows. So yeah, just moving the needle slowly, day by day, just trying to do everything we can. I'm trying to be as involved as possible, the most involved I've been since really started the business, which has been fun. Honestly, it's been like a lot of fun. Just figuring out the inefficiencies, figuring out what's not working, and yeah, it's turned the corner. It seems like everything's kind of all starting to come together. Like, first it was the introductory to service plans, and then we got a service manager, and then the service went up, and then we really just took like 2-3 months focusing on ads, the sales process behind ads. How can we convert as many as possible? The lead management tool, everything on the actual sales and marketing side, we got dialed. And then it was like, okay, well, the fulfillment is bad. And we're like, what's going up with the fulfillment? So it was like finding techs. Like, why are the techs like, why is it a revolving door? Why do they keep leaving? Why aren't they happy? Why isn't our service manager doing this? Like, what's going on? And then jumping back in there. And so it's like, almost feel like we have all the pieces coming together. And once we have all the pieces coming together and we're all firing, it's going to be good. And I feel like we're just about to turn that corner. So got motion, got another exciting day ahead of me. But yeah, thanks Thanks for watching. Again, you guys that watch vlogs, my diehard people. So I'll continue to put these out. I love doing these. It's just try to keep it as raw and real as possible. I'm not trying to fabricate anything, and just, this is my day. This is my life. So gotta hop on this meeting with the team, and yeah, see you guys in the next one.